Hello, everybody. This is Darguin Fortuna, and we are at AIA 2023 in San Francisco. And I stumbled upon someone very interesting, Sandhya here, who, when I first met her, it was so cool because there were a bunch of people and we got pictures together right away and we were connecting and all that. And I saw that I said press on your badge. So tell us a little bit about you, who you are, where you come from, and what do you do?
So I'm an architect,
Yeah.
and I write as well. And I feel architects have ideas and thoughts. And as we translate them into design, we also want to understand them better, and writing helps in that way. I'm based here in the San Francisco Bay Area, but I feel I carry with me the experience of life and of the built environment of 4 continents that I've lived on.
Wow.
And I've worked in. And it's a multicultural background, which I feel we all bring something. You know, we bring our history, we bring what we've seen in terms of place. And when I talk to people that I want to design for, that approach me, it helps me understand the many diverse ways they inhabit their space. And people are diverse in the way that they relate and connect with space. And when we connect as humans, when I talk to them, I understand what their aspirations are.
Yeah.
And I understand what they want in their life, and therefore, how are they going to use the space? And I think of myself then as an agent of change, in a way.
Interesting.
Because
you get to record that on your writings too. You get
I will
engrave
yes.
that into something more permanent too,
Yes.
in the built environment, and get feedback from those clients.
Yes, the experience sometimes is very enriching.
Yeah.
And I want to share it, and I want to think. When I write, I can think through it. And it crystallizes, and then I think, what were the tools here? You know, what can I take forward? I also, through writing, through reading, through talking to clients, through design, I thought of this, that as architects and designers, we can design belonging. Because we're always talking about how do we connect people to space, that connection is vital. When people feel comfortable and they belong in a space, they will take care of it. It will become their haven.
So you essentially empower them, right?
Yes. And so for that connection, that understanding their story is so important, because then what happens is the interventions we use as architects, the tools that we use, whether it's how is the sun moving, when will the light come in, how do you connect with the land and the place? And when you do that, what happens is that people will then they will feel they belong, and you as an architect have really enabled and encouraged that. So in a way, the space can become a catalyst then, right, for their life. Because at the end of the day, we are talking about human experiences. Space is a human experience. You know, it's not an isolated one measure in somebody's life.
It's so interesting how you connect all your backgrounds and experiences, right? Like knowing from all of these continents and the writing and that sensitivity that comes from actually really actively listening, right? And creating that empathy and that connection, and then translating it into architecture, writing, but also you said that, like, design belonging, right? Like that's a shocking thing. That's actually probably a title for a new book. I don't know. So, but it's really powerful. That's even the branding for, like, I think it's Planet Fitness. Like, you belong, right? You're like, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
like you belong here. You know. So which is, I guess there's something to that that speaks to people.
Yeah.
Now that said, what do you focus on your work? Like, what kinds of projects do you do? What are the things that you work on a daily basis?
I mean, I enjoy jumping scale and type. I've done, commercial, industrial, residential, historical, I really enjoy. But I feel very fulfilled when I design homes, because these are very intimate spaces. And you can see what we call post-occupancy after you've designed it and you go visit your client, you know, how have things worked? And you see how what you understood about their life, like this window is going to be perfect in the afternoon in the summer. And you see them use it that way. Or somebody who needs space to heal, for example, and you understand that about their life. Then you have something articulated which is intimate and cozy, and you think about the scale at that time and you see them use it, you feel that that space is really given back. And then design adds so much value. So I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. So now, it's serendipity that we connected here at
Yes,
AIA.
I know.
So, we continue to bump into each other in different sessions.
know.
What did you think about the AIA conference this year?
It was very interesting because, especially the keynote today, I don't know if you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
I think we really started to talk about something I was touching on because I've been thinking about this for so long. We started to talk about humanity in connection with what we used to think about as a physical attribute. Like architecture has a physicality to it. And to connect these two and really talk first about the human element, our vulnerability,
Yeah, she
we
was talking
spoke
about that, yeah.
I didn't think we used to discuss this like a decade ago.
No, we didn't. There's been
Yeah.
a shift within the AIA, but also within the whole world, right? So we've
Right.
been kind of turned upside down in some way.
You're so right.
And what's been shaken up, the results have been pretty positive. I mean, we have a prime minister talking, right? So
Oh, gosh.
that's really,
It was-
really interesting.
I was very moved. And I think the word empathy has come up in a lot of sessions.
It's been everywhere, right?
And it used to be a word like marketing.
Yeah,
something
like a
like that.
PR word.
A
Like
PR.
diversity is a PR word a lot of people
Yes,
use. But now we have
buzzwords.
embraced all of these words. Actually, even equity,
Yeah.
diversity, inclusion, and empathy. But
Yeah.
have been actually uncovered, engraved, and consistently resonate with all of us. So,
You're so right, at
so-
the center of it. So that was very refreshing.
what was your biggest takeaway from this conference? If that was it, then that was it. But what was the biggest thing that kept you going and thinking that you're probably gonna still meditate on
Yeah.
for the remaining of the time, right?
I just realized how it connects to what I just said. It was meeting people.
Wow.
It was really having some conversations where what we talked about said so much more about the world around us. And if we're creating that world, then we need to start with that, start with conversations. And so versus one seminar to another to running at the expo, you can whiz like a robot. There's so much, right? But when you stopped and how we bumped into each other and when you could talk, I think that was vital for me.
Yes,
That gave
it's
life and energy.
It's like that transition, like in between, right? Those moments where you
Yes,
connect.
yes.
The in between is really become.
Transition.
Yeah, it's being amplified.
Yeah.
But pleasure to meet you. How
yes.
those people find you? Like if anybody wants to connect with you and talk to you.
Sure. So my practice is called Accent Architecture and Design. And by accent, it means emphasis, bring to the fore, humanity, what I just believe that is very important for us. So go to accentarchitecture.com. My name is Sandhya Sood. You'll find me on LinkedIn. And I hope I meet you again and I meet all of you watching. So that was wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
I know, we have to. Namaste.
Namaste.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Flow Design Architects, a company that works with you